Transmission incoming. Connected.
Welcome to Rogue Unblasted podcast. This week we've got a full house again.
Woo!
Everybody's
Hooray!
here. So this week we've got Matt.
Hello, I'm Matt, commission painter and mediocre wargamer.
And Snappy Dresser.
Always.
We've got James as well.
Hello guys, coming back to the hobby after about a 30-year break and doing a little bit of tournament gaming. Very new though, very new.
Connor.
Hello, I am the North's best Tau player, maybe. Competitive Warhammer player and
Confirmed.
can't paint by numbers.
And we've got our tech priest Dan.
Hello, I'm Dan. So I help produce a podcast and slowly getting myself back into the hobby and, learning how to play again. Quite fun.
Nice. And I'm Steve, and I'm commission painter and definite non-player for now. Now it might change.
For now, that's
for now. Well,
that
you know,
little
there's
tidbit
armies
for later on.
there's armies happening here. There's
Absolutely.
armies happening. So this week we're going to look at a topic. This is thrown in from Connor. Thanks, Connor. And that is our
Welcome.
best and worst experiences in the Warhammer hobby. Matt is fully prepared, so we're going to come straight to Matt.
Oh, come on. You horrible man. Oh, you horrible man.
But before we get to that, we'll tackle a Grimdark Would You Rather. And I'm really hoping Dan's got one ready to go.
Would you rather have to paint all your metals in non-metal metallic style, or you can never use washes again?
So you always have to do non-metallic metal.
Yeah.
Or you can...
Never.
I have a loophole here.
Connor, just
I have a loophole.
no loopholes.
No.
Right,
Of course
before we
you
get
do.
to Connor's
Matt,
flipping
no.
loophole.
Listen, right? Because Matt would agree with this.
Should I just cut his mic? That might be.
All right.
Does a contrast paint count as a wash?
Yes.
Sure.
And to cut you off your next loophole, you can't just make a wash out of
See, that would
paint
be
and
Matt, not
watering
me.
it down and putting some, which I do a lot. James looking a little bit like, meh. What do you reckon, James?
This is, you might as well be talking a combination of Russian, Japanese and Thai. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay.
I sometimes wash if I can be bothered. I rarely use any metallic paint.
Okay.
So
Body paint.
I cannot give any input to this section.
I
I'm
really
so
admire
pathetic.
your way of answering that, though. Like, I do know what washing is, so
Yeah.
I'm going to go with washing.
Go with
Okay.
that.
Yeah,
All right. So
I
James
can
wants
wash.
James will carry on washing. Excellent.
I'll occasionally wash.
All right. James would occasionally wash. Matt, what do you reckon?
You have to paint it non-metallic, but you can't use a wash again. What was it?
Yeah. So you'll either have to paint all your metals with non-metallic, the method where you do
Yeah.
it takes forever but looks amazing, or you can never
If you
use a
can do
wash
it.
again.
Keep with my lovely contrasts and washes because they're more useful.
Can you make a
Very
I like
sensible
non-metallic
answer.
metal. I quite
Can
enjoy
you-
doing it.
Can you paint without washes? Like, I always thought that washes were
Oh, easy.
a massive,
No, no, no.
important
Yeah,
part
yeah,
of it. Like, even heavy metal artists
No,
use
you can do it
washes,
without-
don't they? Do they not?
Yeah, that you do. You don't have to.
Yeah.
You
There
could
go,
without.
blokes, wouldn't you?
There you go. But they are
So look-
really useful for a lot of different things.
Very, very good for like army painting. Very, very good for like getting stuff done quick.
Mm.
They're probably if you've ever watched like Squidmar, like their channel, they will trash washes all the time. They say you should never use a wash. You should do, paint the volumetrics yourself. But I use washes all the time. They're great, very, very useful. So yeah, I wouldn't be able
I
to
do
do without
both.
my washes.
Because I do my volumetric layers, and then I use the washes to help with the transitions and kind of deepen the shadows a little bit.
Yeah. They're
Whatever,
very
use what you want.
versatile. They're very versatile.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'd have to keep the washes as well.
100% keep the washes.
Yeah. What about you, Dan?
Washes, it's got to be really. Yeah, especially painting Tyranids. Not much metal going on there, to be honest.
Well, sorry everyone, no orcs involved in that.
Oh, I
Grimdark,
do
would
have
you
another
rather?
one if we want.
Does it involve orcs? Because
Kind of.
What is it? Go on then. Go on. One
Would
more.
you rather have a pet squig or a servo skull?
There's no question.
I don't know.
No,
Because yeah, but a servo skull's not going to bite your leg off.
no, but the Servo skull just wants to die.
Does it? It's serving the
that's
emperor. It's
a
happy.
Servo skull is literally a lobotomized human being who has had every bit of emotion stripped away, who's a carcass whole of itself. A squig is wants to go
Sounds a bit like me.
Yeah. It's creepy as well. Imagine having that hovering over you when you're sleeping.
Ah, but so useful. You could just like, yeah, you could get it to carry around all your stuff. Well, maybe
It's all-
just carry
it's all-
around
it's all
stuff. You could, like,
fantastic,
hang
and
your
you get-
phone on it.
It's all fantastic, but imagine you went to bed with a Servo skull tonight, Dan, and then your missus woke up and saw that. She'd go apeshit, wouldn't she? At least with the squig, you put it in
I'd
the
probably
cage in the
introduce
garden.
her to the servo
But
skull before.
would she be particularly happy about the squig?
Yeah, that's a good
Depends.
point.
Have you got a big?
actually.
Have you got?
Third floor fat. It's a bit of a squeeze for the squig. It's
what
horses for courses, then, isn't it? Really? You've got if you live in a manor house, a big open massive
That's what
tracts of
James-
land, and a squig might work.
Yeah, Connor's obviously got more land than the rest of us. He's got like a
No,
little
I've-
squig
I've-
pen down the end of the garden.
I would absolutely have a little squig pen. That'd be cool. You could ride it when it gets
Yeah.
bigger, couldn't you?
Ride it into battle.
Yes, to work,
Do you-
whatever.
Do you keep them just next to the nurglings?
Yeah, they'll get along like a house on fire, wouldn't they?
I feel like
Your
that's a
house would
recipe
be
for
on-
disaster. Yeah.
Be on fire. James, what do you reckon? Servo skull or squig?
It's the servo skull for me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Not fun.
yeah.
yeah,
I
I think-
think they're quite cool.
yeah. Same, same.
And,
And
they,
also
they
I-
don't feel a pain anymore. They're gone. Yeah.
I wonder if you could get it to do all kinds of like administration for you, like you could get it to
Yeah.
answer the door, bring you drinks, just
Yeah.
sort of
Just
float
get it to
to
Has
do
you.
no
your job.
arms.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Just move your mouse every now and then.
just
No,
a
you can
laptop
have it
through.
with arms. You get
It's just a
no, you
floating
get
head,
different
isn't
types
it?
of servos. No, some of them have got
No,
tools.
could answer. Yeah, yeah. You could Bluetooth it so you could
You could
answer. your phone
customise
calls
it
and-
yourself. Have it pink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, an afro.
You'd be
Well
right.
handy,
Sports
yeah,
Yeah.
fancy dress.
Use a bit of AI.
Halloween, you'd be smashing it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
just Connor is a squig. The rest of us are pretty much on the servo skulls, right?
I'd love a I'd love a
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Cool.
Just feed it nothing but Greg's, couldn't you?
Yeah, I reckon it'd love that. Accents are the Orcs, so I'd probably come across quite well.
That's not
Yeah,
fair.
I understand
That's
you.
what
You'd be
you're
able to
talking about.
train it.
Yeah.
You'd be able to.
James hasn't got a chance.
Whereas down in Dorset, they no,
No,
I wouldn't
No.
get on with a squig.
he only speaks High Gothic. So,
Yeah.
all right, cool. Thanks, Dan. Those are cheeky little ones. Thanks very much. So, our main topic: our best and worst experiences in the Warhammer hobby. Connor, since you pitched this idea,
Ooh.
why don't you kick
Okay.
us off?
We'll start off. We'll start off with my lowest ever expect. One of my. It comes into a mixture when I just started the tournament scene in 10th edition. My very first tournament I went to had the infamous toilet dice. I know. I luckily didn't play the guy, but it kind of put me in a bad step.
For context, sorry, Connor, could you briefly reiterate for
Yeah.
us what
So if
toilet
anybody,
dice
if,
refers to for those people who might
if
not have
anyone
heard?
who is quite new to the Warhammer scene, if you've been around a bit, you'll know exactly what I'm on about. There was a early 10th edition, like the first one at Element Games for 10th edition, and a gentleman brought in 2 rigged dice, one that would only roll a 6 and one that would only roll a 1, like 90% of the time. And he kept on using it, and he didn't get clocked until round 4 of day 2. And when he did, he just said, he said they've given them to him. He got asked for the dice, and he threw them down the toilet, but they didn't flush. At the bottom of the toilet, at the bottom of this shit-stained toilet, right, was 1 dice with a 1 and 1 dice with a 6. And I'm not gonna lie, they fished it out of there, and they're on display. You can pay a small fee that goes to charity, and you can roll the
really?
toilet dice. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yes, well, that's not the lowest, but that's not the lowest point, but that's an honourable mention, I would say. But the next tournament I went to after that was at a gaming store in Liverpool.
I'm quite
so-
surprised. Sorry, that's in your lowest points, Connor. I would have
Well, he
considered
hasn't got
that
to
like
that. He hasn't got to that bit.
No,
yet. He hasn't
this
got
is
to
a
Sorry,
run up to
sorry.
it. So I got a thought of it older. I didn't
Yeah.
realise there was actual people out there that
Context.
did this sort of thing. So I then played another tournament in Liverpool, which was a one-day event at a local gaming shop there. I found it on like what's the BCP, which is an app which you use to track tournaments up and down the country.
Yeah.
And I won't name the person because you never know. I'm not that sort of person. But the first player I had, and he was a Thousand Suns player, and apparently he was quite a good player out there. He was well known in the area and all that. So I played him. I was very new to it all. And I won I won 100 to 42. So I absolutely smashed him. However, near the end of the games, the guy was like getting proper arsey. Like I've never felt uncomfortable about winning in my life, but I felt uncomfortable. He literally started swearing that the only reason I beat him because he drew shit cards and stuff like that. And then he literally got to the point where instead of moving his models, he was literally picking up on a big ball and throwing them around the table. He was literally throwing his toys out the pram. Like a load of Zangors, picked him up and chucked him on an objective.
Oh,
Yeah, I've never ever had an issue with that. I just tried to keep it cool and have a laugh with him, but he was pissed off. To be fair, it was quite an exotic name as well. To be fair, that's why I won't say the name. But there we go.
So did that have any
there.
sort of knock-on effects, Connor? Did that put you off playing again, or did you just kind of take it on the chin and just thought this is this one guy's problem? Or because you're quite new.
I was quite new. I got a bit. It did shake me a little bit, and then I played the second game and I got absolutely beat myself. But it's my first time I was playing outside my local area, if that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Element games. I went with a few mates and stuff. I knew people that were really friendly. I've been there before, like but this was a out the way shop in Liverpool. I never heard of. Don't know anybody. Just give it a go. Let's see what happens. And it was a bit. I felt there was a little bit of like, because you were one of the group. It was a bit also clicky. Right. It's the only time I felt it. It was a bit clicky. You don't have this issue with big GTs because it's a massively organised event, but because the second game I played the owner of the shop. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I think it's a bit wrong that the person hosting the tournament is also playing in the tournament.
Was there prizes? Because then that's definitely a little bit.
There was the first.
There was.
First place you got, I think, was £60 voucher to the shop.
Right. So this guy's playing like to win, basically.
Yeah, for store credit. And I thought if I won, I would have bought something there, and then it would be wicked. You know what I mean? And so I finished third actually in that event and got £20. So I was still, quite happy. Nice. So, but it really stunk.
So having played a lot since there, so I mean, potentially there's someone watching this and that has maybe happened to them. Maybe they've had bad experience with someone getting a bit arsey with them. Like, what would you say to that person, like to yourself in that position?
You can do your research a bit when you're looking at events. A lot of places have packs, people that email. If you email someone and they come across really quite helpful and wanting you to take part, that's a clear sign. Most good tournament organisers will have a great set of team and they'll really want you to get involved. Like I went to Warhammer and I'm not gonna lie, I messaged two of the guys multiple times and fantastic. It couldn't help me more, to be honest with you. And that's when you've got a good run event. Is Dan all right? Are you all right? There we go.
Dan, is there some emergency
going on there? But yeah, do your research into a few events. Stick to your local area, and once you've gotten comfortable, big events are your friends. Because ironically, the bigger events seem to do have a designated team that will there to help you. And everyone's really cool at big events. It's the cliquey little clubs that you've got to be careful about. And I have no issue with clubs. I'm from a local gaming club, technically. It's not really a stall, though. You can have people that are a bit cliquey in the tournament scene, and if you're an outsider, it can be hard to fit in a bit. But I've not really had an issue with it ever since anywhere else, so I'm hoping it was just
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So that was pretty unlucky then. Pretty unlucky that happened to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Has anyone else had that? Like someone just get really arsey when they start losing?
Yeah, this guy I was playing against the other week. Like
Imperial Fist guy,
that's old Imperial.
I've heard
like
about
a commissar, wasn't he?
Yeah, just went off. I was like, God damn it.
No, I've not ventured beyond the club at the minute, and they're all really quite chilled and level-headed. But there's nothing worse than a bad loser.
Fantastic clubs, though, isn't it? Like your
Yeah,
lot,
there is
are all
quite a few.
interlocked with different ones, which seem really cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of crossover, which is really nice,
Mm.
which is quite cool. But I mean, there's always something to be. I think losing's so important. You know, I got absolutely smashed this week by the sisters, and I was absolutely annihilated. But I took so much from that game. You know, it's always an opportunity to learn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just can't win all the time.
I do
So
want
have
to
you
point
started
out.
your sister's army yet, Matt? Or-
I want to
Yes.
point out that before Matt had this game on one of the last podcasts, didn't he say that Sisters was shit directly to you, Steve?
I don't think I did.
There was a phases to
Do you
that
remember
effect.
that?
Yeah.
Do you remember
yeah.
that? Yeah,
I
well,
remembered it
demand a
very well.
replay.
Yeah.
Let's see a replay.
But that was one of my worst experiences. There's people that have had far worse experiences than me, I imagine, out there.
Yeah.
So I'm quite happy mine was
And you
mild.
can imagine that does, like, if you're really early on, that probably could knock someone's confidence enough that they wouldn't come back to a tournament.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah,
I
'cause
was-
you just think, oh,
I
if
invested too
everyone's
much
gonna
money
be like that,
into to get back down at that point. Said even if I don't
I
enjoy
will
it, I'm
enjoy
getting my money's worth.
good.
Best.
All right, what about your most
experience?
positive experience then?
I would say the first event.
It's me, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
there's that.
It's
Honestly,
discovering rogue miniatures.
To be fair,
That's what it was.
there is nothing. There is no great experience in having commissioned models arrive that you're happy with. Like, I must admit, that is a good experience. It's an honourable mention. It's an honourable mention. I have to.
Oh.
say.
Oh,
You know,
there we go.
you have to be. It's not the happiest I've ever been in my life, you know, but it's up there. It's up there. My first ever tournament win. I think the first ever tournament I've ever won, and it's the only tournament I've ever won. I am absolutely. It was the first ever tabletop tactics tournament, and I won it. And it was fantastic because it was like a pilgrimage
nice.
for me. I enjoyed it all. Fantastic. I have the trophy. Look at that.
Hey,
Nice.
that's
Oi.
awesome.
Yes. It only took 6 hours in a car to get down there, but it was so much fun. Yes, that's the first tournament I ever won. It was fantastic. Thoroughly enjoyed it. It was such a rush. It's all been downhill since then. I came back from that tournament, lost 5 league games. I won that tournament, came back and lost 9 competitive games straight. It was horrible. Horrible it was. I reckon it went to my head.
Grounded.
Yeah, it went to my head. I thought, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm good at him. Yeah. And then I got absolutely smashed into a million pieces. Yeah.
You've been chasing that high ever since, haven't you?
Yeah. I came second at a local tournament, but that's the closest I've been to it. It's so hard to win tournaments in Warhammer. It's so hard. It's like the level is so high these days that even at little local levels, it is ridiculous to just constantly win tournaments.
Yeah,
Sure.
and just to flip that, it's the same with painting as well. Matt will attest to this. If even just like the local or online competitions for paint, like the standard nowadays is ridiculously high. Really, really high. So yeah, I speak just the hobby in general has just come on so much, isn't it?
Well, I think it's, if you even look back at some, like, even older heavy metal stuff, or heavy metal, sorry, like the stuff from the 90s compared to pretty bog standard stuff now, like, they kind of don't look that different. Like,
you'd scroll past it nowadays, wouldn't you? Be like, oh,
yeah, you
that's
really
right.
would. Like, oh, that's right. Back then, I remember, like, staring at these shiny White Dwarf pages, just blown away.
Yeah. Awesome. Oh, thanks for those, Connor. Those are good. Obviously, tournament related.
Yes, obviously.
No
My
surprises
background.
there. No surprises there. Yeah. James,
Yeah, just
he's got his scroll.
Oh,
His
he's
Servo
walking-
skulls. Just
he's
printed it
walking-
out for him.
reach for my notes. So I haven't really discussed this. There's a few little notes I need to have a look at in this book. It's just something I stumbled across this new book. Quite interesting, actually. Don't know if you can see.
James.
Here we go. What have you done?
James.
I lost a game to Death Guard the other day, and all of a sudden he's pulling out the bloody Codex. It's diabolical. You can shove it.
Sorry, it's a slippery. It's a slippery.
The whirlpool is pulling you deeper and deeper.
Yeah. Right. What do you want first? Good or bad?
Yeah, we'll circle back to the Death Guard Codex. You just
He just casually dropped in his
yes. Yeah. Go on. Give us your worst first.
Worst, nothing since I've come back into the hobby recently.
Mm.
But thinking back a long time ago, and I think, to be honest, things have changed. It was Connor touched on it there. It's going to a local game store, which were also more like where you go to game and things 30 years ago. Very, very clicky. And you felt it was so hard to kind of break in any sort of way. Yeah, I think that probably is why I didn't continue with things back then. It was a little bit like a lot of people are probably the same. You maybe if you had a friend who you played Warhammer with, it was fine. But it was that sort of time when people were moving off to university, going their own separate ways. And so I needed like some other outlet, some other source of where I could have gone to play. And it was I just couldn't break in there, you know. The staff back then weren't as friendly as they seem to be now, weren't as welcoming.
Yeah, I must admit they are better nowadays.
Yeah, because I've been in a couple of times recently over the last 9 months or so, and the people in the shops have been really friendly, welcoming. Hi, what are you interested in? And just having a general chat, not trying to sell anything, just chat. And they just seem excited to talk about Warhammer and just have a chat. And yeah, so I don't know, maybe
they were much more, or seemed much more like sales driven back in the day.
Yeah, they were.
Like I remember walking into a Games Workshop in Maidenhead, going to shout it out. Probably all completely different staff nowadays. But as I walked through the door, 3 staff members from behind, came out and they said, "Are you going to spend any money today?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they said, "Oh, because we're close to getting our target and we'll all get a bonus." Like, I must have been like,
really?
That's a bit heavy,
14,
isn't it?
15.
That's
Yeah. So I get what you're saying. Yeah, there was different vibes back then.
Oh yeah, because my local show was Kendall. The new manager is absolutely, we say new, he's been there for like 10 years now. Fantastic, right? However, the old manager got sacked from the shop. When I was younger and just started out with Tau and hadn't got a full army, I actually went up there to a tournament that he used to run, and I got I got a load of shit for picking Tau. He tried everything in his power to stop me collecting. Yeah, some people are like, you don't want to play them, even if they're good. You just don't. People hated factions back then, and it's like racist towards Tau factions and stuff. I don't know how, but how is it?
I've heard a couple of
faction racism in a factional game even a thing?
Factionists.
Yeah,
I've heard that from a few Tau players. They just get a lot of grief for it.
Yeah, I don't know why we do.
Maybe during one of the editions, were they like very powerful, sit back and shooty, and just people are still scarred?
Yeah, but I disagree with that, right? Because every single faction in 40k almost has had an edition where they've been broken. But why is it the Tau one that gets remembered?
I think I always thought it was potentially because when they first came out, at least, they were so sort of almost noble bright in comparison to this dark, gritty backdrop that people were just a bit too like, "Ooh, why are you why are you changing my things?" kind of thing, and just freaked out. But I think they fit in quite well now.
Yeah, but you need someone who's good to make the evil.
They're awesome when they
even
came out. I
worse.
love them.
I'm not sure
There's no
they're
good guys in 40k. There is no good guys in 40k.
They are
The
good,
greater
James.
good.
The greater good.
They're up to no good.
So, what about Farsight? He's good, isn't he? Because if you want to say the whole faction's bad, Farsight's happy and good, isn't he? He's got his break.
Anyway.
Right, sorry, I'm ranting. He's triggered me.
James, thank you for that. How about your most positive experience?
Positive was the recent tournament at London Grand Tournament.
Woo.
Nice.
You
Nice.
did very well,
Because-
James.
He did.
Everyone was friendly. Everyone was lovely. All the judges were lovely. All the organisation, everyone I played, it was just absolutely all-round lovely. Just loveliness everywhere.
Nice.
Meeting Joe from War Games Live, he was lovely. He was all chatty and friendly.
Well, you met him.
And I think, met him, had a little chat.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he was really nice, really friendly, really approachable, nice guy. It was a lovely experience all round. It couldn't have been any better. It's only downhill from here.
Welcome to Connor's journey.
But I think Connor might be right. We've touched on how at a bigger competition, no one's in their comfort zone. so everyone's kind of on more of a level playing field.
Yeah. I would say
And
outside of that, the
even the
elite
top
few.
players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
There's a couple at the very, very top, maybe. But even they'll be slightly nervous. Round one, they don't know who I am. They'll think, oh, it's a complete nobody, but they'll still be thinking, but maybe this guy's really
Could be a
good. So they're
somebody.
still a little bit, probably more on edge than they would be playing someone they know. So yeah, that was, and like Connor said, just give it a go. Tournament gaming, I think. Certainly at the bigger place. I think bigger is friendlier.
Yeah.
In
I
some
think it's a
ways.
good model for all of the hobby. Is just give it a go. Whether
Give it a
it's
go, yeah, give it a go.
factions, playing, just give it a go. There's literally
Yeah.
nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fully agreed.
Nice.
Nice. Thanks, James. Matt, have you had enough time?
Well, I have. I'm not thought about this. But I mean, from background, I came back in 2.5 years ago now, after a 20-year break. And generally speaking, I have actually only had positive, niceness in the hobby before and after. I think the negative for me is very internal, is that there's still this weird, almost what's the word I'm looking for? I still find it a very hard thing to admit to.
Right.
Right.
Oh, okay.
that-
Yeah.
No, genuinely, because it's like I love this hobby, and I'm so glad to be back in it and fully in it more than ever.
Yeah.
But I still feel a bit odd talking about it to like non-players.
Yeah.
100%. I get that.
It's
You get
so
that look,
weird,
don't you?
and it's like, but it's like, what does it matter? I love it. I enjoy it. It gives me so much. I don't, and I'm typically somebody who doesn't really care what anybody else thinks. But you still have that niggle that
Yeah.
is uncool or whatever, and that thing it just goes back to back in the day. But even then, we had a good group of friends. We had a nice little local club, and we all got on and we all played, and it was it's weird. So it's this weird internal negativity that I still hold.
There is, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a hard thing to admit to.
Like if you book some days off to go to an event, and everyone at work's asking, "What you doing?" My response is
What you
literally,
doing?
literally, people literally say, as I literally have to respond with, "I'm going to play toy soldiers."
I'm taking my war dollies to war.
Yeah. To war! Going to war! So I come across that quite a lot. 'Cause, people ask me about, it comes up at work or whatever. Oh, I've got this, side gig, side hustle, whatever. And, oh, what is it? And so you do have to take like a little deep breath and you're like, okay, right, how am I going to pitch this? How am I going to explain it? And normally it's like, right, have you heard of Warhammer?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I think my cousin used to collect that. Oh, is that the same as
D&D?
Dungeons and
Like,
Dragons?
no.
Yeah. Oh, Magic the Gathering? Definitely not Magic the Gathering.
We've got to stop shitting on them.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, we're only messing
Wait,
with
really
you,
to
joking.
stop.
Yeah, but you do, and you go through that little internal kind of. Yeah, I can't put a word on it either.
Yeah,
I
it's
suppose
just like
shame is like the closest word, but it's not shame because
it's not.
There's two
It's
types.
So, it's so
embarrassment.
stupid.
Maybe
It's silly.
I don't know.
Because also, how many people have you bridged this? And sorry, I
There's
was going
like,
to say, how many people have you said something to, and they have come back and be like, "Oh yeah, I used to play when I was 16," or
Quite
"Yeah,
so
I'm
many
always meant to
people,
get back into it."
So
Like,
many people.
and the people actually be like, "Oh, that's cool," but it's just weirdly.
But then you do
kept
also,
quiet.
but then you do also get those people who are like, oh.
I got
So
a few
you
when I
paint
stuck the first
those
videos of this
models
on Instagram,
all
and
the
they,
people.
Oh.
a couple of mates from back
And
in
they
London
pay
literally
you to do
messaged me,
it.
being like, "What?"
What?
Yeah. So I get that.
It's even on the other end. If you tell people, "Oh, I've paid people to paint that," and they look at you strange, like, There's two types of it. There's two types of it, right? There's like some people, and I might class myself in this. I don't know. Some people you can look at them and you think, yeah, I can see them playing Warhammer, And then you have people out there that look more normal-esque, like Henry Cavill, and like you know what I mean when I say normal-esque, but when I say you got people who look like geeks, don't you? And you can tell they're going to play Magic or they're going to play D&D or they're going to play Warhammer. You can tell they're into something like that. Then there's somebody that looks more, what's the word? Not respectable, because that sounds even worse. Someone who sounds a bit more cool. Someone looks trendy and cool. You know what I mean? And then they say...
Hit to be square.
How many more people know about Warhammer now? Henry Cavill talks about it. 'Cause
Yeah.
I can say, well, it's not just about nerds. Look at Henry Cavill. He's fit. There you go.
King of the nerds.
It's weird though, because there's loads of gym people that play Warhammer. There's loads of really ripped people. It makes me feel
Yeah.
a bit, you know.
There's
I'm
lots of
sat there with
ex-army people that play
Yeah.
Warhammer,
Yeah.
which is I quite like,
bodybuilders.
That
I've
makes
got
sense.
3 bodybuilders at mine.
Yeah.
I'm there with my moves,
right
and
now?
they've got like 6 packs, and I'm like, what?
I know what you're getting at, yeah. And I think that's the kind of the stereotype, isn't it? That people still think of someone in a dark basement, sweating,
Yeah.
eating Cheetos.
Drinking 2 liters of Coke.
Which is not entirely inaccurate.
No, there
All the
is,
time.
there are some people at Warhammer tournaments. You think you ain't touching my model? You can
Yeah, but a
smell
lot
them before
less
you get to the
than
table.
people would imagine.
Yeah.
Bless.
I
It'll be
think you've hit
interesting to
on
see
a
if
good.
that
I
bit-
think you've hit on a good
Yeah,
point
yeah.
there, Matt. I think that's
just it.
yeah.
And then
I did have that experience a little while back about I was at work talking to someone work related. I'd never met him before, seemed like a really normal, cool guy, really nice guy, like super outgoing, really chatty. And it wasn't quite Henry Cavill beautiful, but you know, he was decent to look at. And I just saw on his water cup, he had a little Gandalf sticker. That's all it was. And that was all
Yeah.
I just know the nerdism
Yeah.
went. And I was like, right, tell me about your
Go down.
Warhammer army. And he just was like, oh, do you collect Warhammer?
there's a little signs you can always just
Yeah.
little bits and pieces. But it's such a weird thing because when I was at school, I did not care. Like I had, you'll be too young, Connor. But
To go
back
to
in
school?
like the late 90s, early 2000s, they had the skull loyalty programs. So when you spent like
I
a
remember
tenner in the
that.
shop, you got like a
Yeah.
skull, and then you saved them up, and there was like official merchandise that you couldn't buy. And I had the belt buckle with Imperial Eagle, and I
Nice.
wore that to school. I wore that all the time,
I
you know.
was,
So like,
Yeah.
I'm like, and it's so
I was
weird as
quite
a
lucky.
grown ass man.
we had a Warhammer club at
I'm
my
just
school.
like, "Oh."
We actually had a Warhammer
Did you?
club. Yeah, it was
That's
shit like compared to now, but it was all right.
I was in a cupboard in the tech
It
department.
was, but again, it was that stigma. If you went to it, it was like you got
Yeah,
a
you're
stigma
gonna
because
beat
you
up.
went to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was in the
Oh, yeah, like
special.
Stranger
It
Things
was in,
style.
but it was based in the
Yeah.
special help section. So you're not helping people. You know, the special help is when you're falling behind at school and you need that bit of help. It was in that room. So I'm like, oh, but
Yeah,
Maybe
that's-
it's more like take your mind
Oh.
off it and come play a game of Warhammer.
oh.
See, in our
Anyone could
school, it was
go.
very much more of like an underground network. You knew who the other Warhammer people were, and they knew you, and you'd play games, but you didn't talk about it in front of anybody else. That's what it's like in my school.
You are just describing Fight Club.
Yes, you did not
We don't
talk about
talk about
Warhammer.
Fight Club.
Yeah, yeah. All right, Matt. What about your
Positive.
positive?
Me.
If there's not
There's-
been any, we can just move on.
No, sorry, sorry.
Yeah.
No, I think for me when I come back and it's like painting like the 90s straight at the pot because you didn't know better,
Mm.
and then suddenly realizing how far things had come and fully embracing it. I think for me, my big high has been the year and a bit now I've been commission painting. Just to see how far I can push myself and to have stuff that I've painted out there in the world being played with and on
Yeah.
people's shelves. I think
Yeah.
I get such a buzz out of it. And that's
Yeah.
why I never refuse anything because it's
We need to put
I
that
really
in
enjoy
context.
it.
I'm sorry, Matt. You need to put that in some
yes,
context.
yes, you probably should.
Yes.
Yes, I will never turn down any painting commission.
Okay.
Steve, you took it. Steve sounded like he was upset then.
Yeah.
No.
Sorry, Steve.
Yeah. Yeah. So just generally pushing
Just the-
yourself while
the
painting.
joy of the
just-
brush.
Yeah, joy of the brush. Yeah.
It's
No,
nice.
I've genuinely, I've really, really enjoyed that because for me, it's a creative itch that I hadn't scratched in a long time and was been sitting quite dormant. Because I used to paint canvases, obviously used to paint Warhammer, and I
Okay.
used to like a bit of canvas painting. And although I'd been a drummer, I'd been a musician for about 10, 12 years. It was covers and a tribute band. It was never anything new. It was just replicating. So it really wasn't creative.
Hmm.
And this was like Pandora's paint box. that lid came off, and I was like, I'm all
Yeah.
in, and it was just been brilliant. I'm really absolutely loving it.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good. There was something so cool coming back into the hobby after a long time as well, isn't it? Because it's like you say, it's like opening that box again, and there's all these new factions, models, the designs
Yeah.
come
Oh
on
my God,
so
the
long,
models,
the
yeah.
techniques have come on so far, and you're just like, oh my God, like it's not just nostalgia, it's nostalgia times 100 because everything's better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything's way better. Yeah. Nice. Thanks, Matt. Good one. Danny,
Cool.
it's very dark where you are, Dan.
I know,
It's
it is,
England,
isn't it?
Steve.
The Lecky bill
did
down
try
south
and
is so
turn-
expensive,
It's
you
dark
see.
here too, actually, when you think about it. Yeah.
Just keep it off.
Well, I'm glad that James has got his light on this week because last week we just watched him get darker and darker.
I've planned ahead.
I
I've
quite
planned ahead
enjoyed
today.
that. It was good fun.
He's lit his oil lamps this week, so we're okay.
Yeah.
We're all good.
Yeah.
Sorry,
He's
Dan.
got his winter fuel allowance.
Well, yeah.
He's got his winter fuel allowance. I love it.
If we have a cold snap this year, James might not be here next year. Anyway.
Sure, you check in
Yeah,
on
yeah.
it.
For anyone who doesn't live in the UK listening to this, everybody, all the old people in the country get a winter fuel allowance. James is the oldest one here, so
Wow.
hence the.
Yeah.
Just explain that for a few people.
Thanks, Con.
You're welcome.
Anyway, sorry,
No,
Dan.
so-
We're just trashing
No.
your...
So yeah, obviously, like fairly recently back into it. I'd say the only really sort of like negative experience I've had is maybe getting halfway through the batch painting and realizing there was one or two very specific bits which I should have left and painted white instead of black. So now I have the choice of either just live with it or go back and try and redo all of these tiny little like mini claws that I've just caught in something. And it's not a big deal, but it's just one of those little things that, you know, each time you get them out, you're either just going to look at it and go, that would have been
Yeah.
better,
It's gonna niggle.
or you add a couple of hours onto everything that you're already doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
you're trying
Dan,
to
there's a
squeeze
third
it.
op-
There's a third option, Dan.
Talk to us
Oh,
about
yeah.
that option.
Yeah, tell us more.
Get a beautifully painted commission army by Unblasted, and you don't have
yes.
to bother with that.
What an amazing
That was a
segue.
good plug.
That
Yeah,
was
nice
so
to
good.
go.
Thanks, Connor.
or just put it out there, park it and start a Knights Army.
Yeah. I prefer Matt's idea, if I'm honest. Or combine the two. If Matt fancies painting up a bunch of knights.
He's not busy.
Always.
I hear you're free.
Get your own painters.
I've cleared some space this week. Four are finished this week.
Two of them are mine, to be fair.
You did
Carry on,
well,
son. Yeah, that's true.
and the good bit's probably, it sounds a bit lame, but it's probably is just meeting new people. Like,
That's cool. Yeah, absolutely.
yeah. Because I'd say,
Yeah.
obviously, I'm sort of like a 35-year-old man. Probably haven't actually made a new. I'm lucky enough that I live in a place where loads of my friends live nearby. But
Yeah.
how often after a certain age do you keep actually meeting new people unless you're
You
really
don't.
going out? And
Yeah.
then
I
you start playing Warhammer, and all of a sudden you're like,
I thought you were going
I've
for
got
percent
friends.
then.
No. I've got no friends.
I haven't been
No,
with
it's
you
just quite
friends.
cool. Like, or the amount of people I've met where it's just like down the pub or out, and you're just like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
all right, but every time I see you, we're in a bloody pub, and it's just like, yeah. It's just
Yeah.
quite cool actually having a different way to spend time with people. So yeah.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely. No.
I think
Yeah, I think
we
that's
would all
true.
agree with that. Yeah.
Mm,
I
yeah.
mean, just like this podcast for a start, the fact that the five of us
Yeah.
can sit here and chat nonsense every week is just
And like
That's
me and
amazing.
James have managed to get together for a few games now.
That's
I know
awesome.
you guys are all going up to the tournament up north. Like,
Manchester.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going down to Manchester.
yeah.
Technically,
in the
so am
north.
I. Technically, so am I.
But no, it's fun.
Shut up, you.
Yes, James.
Have you have you pretty manger?
Pretty manger.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
I think it's obviously it's talked about online a lot if you're already into Warhammer and linked to stuff online, but men's mental health side of things as well. I think
Yeah.
it is a way of guys just kind of just being a guy, chatting to other guys and just taking their mind off the day-to-day stresses and strains that they might be struggling with and just having 3 or 4 hours, just having fun, just being a kid again for a little bit and just having
Yeah,
a nice time and
absolutely.
having a chat and a bit of bants and whatnot.
Yeah.
Cup of tea or a
Yeah.
tin of Monster, whatever suits you.
I did notice.
Tin of Monster.
Yeah, because you really, at least the matches we've played, you don't actually talk about anything else other than Warhammer. Like,
Yeah,
it is
don't
a
pay for that.
properly, like, 3 hours of just nothing else apart from what's in front of you. It's like, it's probably actually quite good from a mindfulness point of
Yeah.
view as well, because you're actually very, very present for those 3 hours.
Yeah.
One of the few
Yeah.
times, like technically, if you don't count the scoring app, when you're not asleep, that I don't have the urge to check my phone or text anyone,
Yeah.
or you know what I mean. Even when you're watching a movie or something, you kind of like every now and then you look at your phone. The only way I look at my phone when
Yeah.
playing Warhammer is to input a score. It's like it's one of the few ways you can get off the grid for a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
that's a really good point.
I can not be on my phone texting people for like 12 hours at a tournament. It's bonkers.
And it flies by. The time just flies by,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
it
It's like,
really does.
Yeah.
It
Gone.
flies.
Scarily so, almost.
Yeah.
yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that sort of all links into I'll just quickly mention my positive experience. Like, to be honest, Matt and James have kind of stolen what I was going to say. So, but I would, but
Think of something
I
new.
would, yeah. Should have gone first. But coming back to what Connor was just saying about just that period of time where I'm just completely unplugged from the world, not thinking about work, not thinking about responsibilities outside of anything. But like when I'm painting, all I'm thinking about is that next brushstroke, how things are looking. Like Matt, you were saying how that creative itch was getting scratched. I didn't do anything really for 10 years maybe. And I would sort of try other little bits and bobs that were never quite there, but painting has been that one thing. So I started Rogue like 3 years ago, and I probably painted at least, with the rare exception, at least like an hour an evening for that entire time. And honestly, it's so good for my mental health. And that sounds a bit cheesy, but like Connor says, I get off my phone, don't check my phone. Like last night I did 2 hours of painting. I just looked at my watch. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I need to go to bed.
Disappears.
It's been like 2 hours sat here painting, and the time just goes by like that. And today I feel 10 times better.
Yeah.
I just feel like head's clearer, happier, like I've had a bit of focus time, and that's all we need sometimes, isn't it? As well as chatting with other people who are into the same kind of headspace. So yeah, I completely agree with those points.
I'm not sure if you. Well, who was your very? No, I'm not that bad. Who was your first ever customer? Do you remember it?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, he purchased 5 individual Space Marines through our Etsy shop, and
Nice.
when I look back at the pictures of that now, not so great. But he was very happy. They were sort of tabletop quality, and yes, I specifically remember the models as well. It was like I guess he was putting together a kill team, maybe. It was kind of like one of
cool.
each faction.
Those
models.
first ones you did, so they were just done sort of like you'd painted them and then sold them. So it wasn't a personalized service kind of thing, or was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So people were. I think I put up one listing for a single Space Marine, and then people contact and just say, "I like that one you've done, but can you do
Yeah.
this, that, the other?" And it kind of spiraled from there.
Spiraled from
So
there.
yeah,
Nice.
I do remember.
So, okay, cool. Did you initially go into it as being like, I'm going to make this a business, or what I did for a while, which was just try and make back the money I'm spending on Warhammer?
Yeah.
So I have new stuff to paint. So it was,
Yeah. I think I saw it really as like how can I paint a wide variety of stuff, without being like hugely out of pocket. And also I don't necessarily like to keep stuff I painted. Like I wouldn't like a shelf of like all the stuff I'd always painted. Like I just like to have done it, take a few pictures, and then off it goes to someone who's going to get some use out of it, get it on the tabletop. I prefer that.
Is that balance now starting to shift somewhat though?
Yeah, a bit. Yeah, maybe a bit.
Some people ask me that. They're like,
Oh, good lad.
how do you feel about letting it go? And I'm like, I think very, very cockily, I said, well, I feel fine because I'm the talent.
They'll keep coming
It's just
back.
like,
They'll
I'll
keep
paint
on
another
coming
one.
back.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
I
I think-
love seeing them go. I love that day when you box them up, wrap them, and send it. I love that day. 'Cause you know
So
it's going where
my
it's-
main positive experience was going to be getting feedback from people who have got your army, got your model,
Yeah.
and particularly if they send pictures of them on a tabletop with dice
Yeah.
next to them and rulers
That's
and
awesome.
terrain.
That's what we live
That
for.
is the best. Yeah, that is
Yeah,
the absolute
100%.
best. And so, like, you know, with James Connor, it's always so good to see pictures of your models like on the table. It's just because that's what it's all about.
It's
That's
all
why we
about,
do
yeah.
it. We want people
Yeah.
to have your models, and like models that Matt and myself have painted literally worldwide, like in the US, in Europe, in the UK. Like, and it's such a cool feeling just seeing
So
there's
cool.
people out there with those models on their shelf, with those models like gaming.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
And I
Really,
have
really
this
cool
little dream that one day I'll meet one in the wild.
Ah, that'd be
you
so
know,
awesome.
I painted that. You know?
Yeah, that would be amazing. That would be really, really good.
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
great. That.
Where's Connor
Good.
going? Well, it'll happen in Manchester, but that one doesn't count.
Yeah, you can't
Yeah,
put
that's
it,
a bit- that's a bit
organise
fake.
it and then.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one doesn't count.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's got me a little
Oh,
bit
it's fun.
emotional today.
I'll
Nice.
give you, if you went across the pond, I'd give you a
Got
hug.
deep. Oh, thank. I just mean with all of us, like some very positive net benefits to all of us being involved in this hobby. Not to get too
Yeah.
deep.
Bit of reflection. Yeah, been good.
Yeah.
If you really like all
Nice.
the commission stuff, maybe we could do an episode one day of the inner workings, or not, or not, or not.
No, I think we're due. I think we're definitely.
We do that,
No. Yeah. How deep do you
Welcome
want
to
to
my
go?
switch up.
Yeah, I think it would be interesting. I think people would be quite interested in how it all works and stuff. Because some people are quite surprised with how few painters we have as well.
There could be quite a lot of people, I imagine, listening who want to get more into it as well. So having an idea
Yeah,
of how they can
Advice
get started.
on how to
or-
get started. Yeah. for
Funny enough,
sure.
I was thinking about something like that down that ilk earlier, actually, about, you know, commission painting.
It'll be a nice one as well to
and,
see.
you know, the
how to pick one.
expectations versus the reality.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
There is a lot.
Yeah.
There is a lot out there as well. A lot of different companies. If you're not careful, you can get stung
Yeah.
as well. I got stung before I found all you beautiful people.
There's time yet.
Yeah, because there's so many different like you can just go with, you know, your mate down the club. You can find someone on Etsy, eBay,
Yeah.
Fiverr, or you can go with a big studio. But then how do you find the right studio? And yeah, there's a massive topic there.
Find out in our next episode.
Yeah.
Woo!
Again, tune in for updates. Awesome. Nice. Where can we find everybody? Let's go with Matt first. Where can we find you?
You can find me at old.varg on Instagram. I am sort of on Reddit. Don't know how you find me, but much the same. It's Old Varg Studio 58 on Reddit. But Instagram's the best place to find me.
Awesome. How about yourself, James?
Instagram for me, blasted.miniatures.james. You can find me on there, find my blog, and a few random pictures of my games and stuff. Tournament coming up next
Yeah.
weekend, so might not be at the next podcast,
Oof.
but I'll have an update afterwards.
Or we could do a live tune in like we did
Yeah.
with Connor at Doomhammer.
Yeah.
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 I listened to that the other day because I wasn't there. I quite enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Give you a little update.
Yeah, and he'd be like, "Yeah, I'm ringside. Yeah, I'm taking a few punches. Yeah, it's all good."
The Necrons again, the bastard Necrons!
You can find me at Instagram at Collins Cadre Command. You can also find me at Rogue Miniatures website as well, on the Rogue Fireblade blog as well. I'm overdue for
Nice.
some new updates, and there will be plenty in store that I'm
Yeah.
working on, so don't you worry. There will be more.
Sweet, nice.
Lovely.
Thanks very much.
Nice.
We talked about Rogue Miniatures quite a lot, but if you do want a commission, particularly an heavy metal style commission, I go to the Rogue Miniatures website, which is rogue-miniatures.co.uk. If you prefer a more grimdark style, weathered oils, etc., then check out blastedminiatures.com. And obviously, you're going to want your Rogue and Blasted t-shirt. Of course,
Yeah, be rude not
Absolutely.
to.
it would be rude not to, which you can find on either website. So that's it from us. Thanks very much. See you next time.
Thanks a lot, guys.
See you guys.
Cheers,
See you
guys.
later.
Bye.
Rogue transmission ending.